Good morning, gang. If you've been following along, yesterday I flew, yesterday morning, and didn't have such a nice landing. Slipped on landing and ended up dinging the prop on the ground and taking a piece off one of the tips. So that was a big bummer. It's I've been told it's can be fixed, fixable, repairable, but I have to find someone or I got to do it, and that's gonna take some time. So I wanted to get in the air because the weather is beautiful. Like, it's a gorgeous morning. No wind right now. Blue skies, a little bit of cloud. So I went to one of my guys and thought I'd try something a little bit new and try a wood prop. So I assume the performance is going to be a little bit less than the Helix Carbon. So we'll see. Hopefully it's great. I barely noticed a difference, and I'll have a spare prop once I get the other one fixed. And or if I don't like it, I'll switch back. Hoping I don't notice a difference. I really hope I don't notice any vibration. I hope it's well made. Anyway, we'll warm it up and give it a try, and I'll let you know. And then we'll hopefully, if things are good enough, we'll get up in the air this morning.
Let's see if we can get this up. The grass is a little bit wet today, but it should be okay. All right. Deep breath, wind check. Here we go. Up you go, up you go, up you go. That took some running. Thankfully, first try. Line check. Looks good. So, I let the trims out a little bit on that launch. Maybe we had a bit of a tailwind as the wing got up. Maybe the prop doesn't create as much thrust. Hard to say on a first try. We'll do a full power climb out in a minute. But we're in the air. Alright, here's a test. Let's see. Through that tree. Now normally I would do that trims in, so that's not really a fair test. And let's drop down in. To the alley. Oh, some animal in here. Coyote. Oof. Lack of skill or lack of thrust. Hit that weed down there. Definitely don't have that punch and throttle that you would with the Helix. It's not terrible. It's a little edge. And I think it must be a coarser pitch prop because I don't think it's generating the same high-end RPM. Back down low. That's how we go. Paramotor versus cord. Oh, and thermals. Be lost until harvest. We go down in here. Don't get too low today. Throttle response is restricted to this new prop. gonna drop down into that field there. Check our climb rate against that hill. Now obviously we're not gonna skim the corn at first. Heat coming off that darker field. Let's see what we can do. Definitely not the greatest climb rate. Sounds like a lot of power and not much happening. That's a steep hill. Don't want to get stuck hitting that thing. See, it's deceptive. Trying to not get caught. So I'm starting the climb early. Make mistakes on this kind of an experiment. Like, good luck getting out of there. There's corn and no roads to be seen. Alright. Oh, my own rotor. Up we go, up we go, up we go. It's not terrible. Check the data later off my phone from the Fly Sky High app. See what my climb rate is. Max climb rate compared to what I had with the carbon prop. So the weight of the prop shouldn't affect RPM. It would only affect the acceleration of the prop to spin up. Kind of cool in here. Definitely some heat coming off that eastern facing hill. Anyway, for the prop, the weight affects the speed of acceleration for it to spin up to a higher RPM. So for me to go to full throttle, that definitely takes some time. So you're accelerating more mass, pushing more mass around, even though it's in a circle. I think the lower RPM is that the prop's got a coarser pitch than the helix. So yeah, the coarser pitch takes a bigger bite out of the air. You don't get as much climb or acceleration forward. And with a paramotor, you really don't need the forward speed unless you're flying a fast wing, which I am not. Rather have a finer pitched prop to get that bite, get that climb rate. Either way, prop gets me in the air. A little concerned about that takeoff run this morning though. That took a while to get up. Now I did have the trims out a little bit. Maybe that was a factor, but trims out also helps keep the wing up. I found the trims in all the way. With a wet wing especially, it likes to fall back. It doesn't find that peak where it breaks. Full power transition, climb. I don't know if it's just mental. It just seems like we're not getting the kick that we would get from the helix. Updraft and downdraft. Just enough to keep me level. Up we go again, and we should be going down in a second. And there it is. And up again. Oh man, that acceleration is terrible. And by that I mean the prop rotating up to full speed. Up we go. Always be sure to be ready for that down. There, we're still going up. And there's the down. Yeah, see? That's a little bit too slow for me. The throttle response. Like, that's gonna cause some harm. You need power when you're like waiting a second or two. So I'm gonna see my seller can make a swap out for the carbon. It's not, you don't get that warm and fuzzy, safe feeling when you go to full power and it's thinking about it. Now see, I'm pretty sure the Helix would have got me up and over those trees there. Just like that. Let's get out of our seats. Hands are up, trims are all the way in. Oh, wing surging, wing surging. And come around. And there we go. But all in all, good flight. I don't know if I'm overly impressed with the wood, but I'll let you know once I check the numbers. But definitely the throttle response is significantly lower, I would say. And that might be a deal breaker right there. The vibration, marginal. That wouldn't be a deal breaker, I don't think, for me. And we'll check the climb rate. Just, I mean, you'd have to do a back-to-back comparison for sure to be 100% on the numbers and the feel. But I think definitely doesn't have the climb rate.
All right, the verdict is in. So I took a look at the numbers. They're definitely lower. And I would say by my calculations, looking at all the climbs that I did today, that it was short by about 100 feet per minute. And it doesn't climb that fast in the first place. Like, I'm closing in the summertime anyway, at about 400 feet per minute. This was topping out at 300 feet per minute. Oh, where am I going? At 300 feet per minute at best. Okay, so if you're ever considering a wood prop, maybe take a look at the numbers. I don't know the numbers on this one. I just asked for a prop for the Atom 80, and definitely looks like it's got horse pitch here. So look at this from the side. It's definitely thicker at the hub. That's just, you know, the nature of wood. It's got to be thicker there. But it looks like the pitch all the way through the prop is coarser. So you get like more efficient cruise speeds, but for climbing and you know, takeoff, it's not great, which I think is the main reason why I was running so long. So that's going to be, I'm gonna try and see if I can get this replaced for the carbon fiber. Otherwise, I don't know. It's just when you need that climb rate for takeoff, for getting yourself up, you need that RPM acceleration when you need to get out of a situation. And now, granted, you shouldn't get yourself into that situation, but when I'm flying as low as I do, I just need that little punch of throttle, just get that little bump up. And this is not getting me there. For me, like I'm a year in now to my flying, and I got the prop to try it to see if there was, you know, a significant difference. And to me, there is a significant difference, enough to make me want to go back to the carbon. And then part of the reason too was the damaging the carbon prop really upset me. And I thought maybe the wood would be a little bit more durable, but it's just not worth it. So take it from me, if you're ever looking for a prop, stick with the carbon for the performance. All right, anyway, enough from me. It was a fun flight either way. If you like what you saw, give it a good thumbs up, and follow along on my adventures by subscribing. And safe flying. Cheers.